Hi guys, welcome to day, let's see, 9 of this training. Um, Today we're just going to go over how to build relationships. And this may seem pretty standard, like, yo dude, I know how to build a relationship with someone. Um, but it can be kind of complicated with coaching because I feel like you get to a point where you have these certain goals and you get competitive with yourself and you don't want to rush building relationships with people instead of like looking at like them as like a success club number. You want to make them feel valued, even if that means that maybe you know it's just gonna have to go, like, the conversation's going to have to take a couple extra days longer. You want to be building value to other people's lives and being conscious of that. So we're just going to go over a little list. Number one, got to be meeting new people, obviously. So reconnecting with people from your past or meeting new people to build relationships, right? Number two, your goals and your intentions need to be building relationships. Like, you don't want to, like I said, be focusing them as like a sale. You want it to be like authentically like, I want to get to know this person. I wonder what they're up to, if it's someone that you're reconnecting with. So definitely keep your goals and your intentions in the right place, and it'll all feel way more organic for you. Number three, ask questions and listen. So, a lot of people use this method, a lot of coaches. I did in the beginning, and sometimes still do when I'm feeling like a little lost in this conversation for some reason, or have a million messages, and I'm like, where am I at in the conversation? I don't know. But form. What it stands for, F, family. Getting to know like what their family life's like. Do they have kids? Are they married? That kind of stuff. That can, say a lot about where a person's at in their life. If they have no children, they have a little bit more time on their hands. Things like that. So, O, occupation. So, what did they do for work? This determines a lot about what their schedule is like, and if you're trying to help them with a workout program and like getting them in a challenge group and needing to know their schedule, that could determine a lot as far as like which program would be best for them. You might want to get them something shorter, if they work over 40 hours a week and they have 3 kids and things like that. Um, so yeah, occupation. R, recreation. So what do they like to do for hobbies? What do they do on the weekend, their downtime? Um, yeah, just getting to know like what makes them feel alive and tick, and you know, how do they spend their free time? Or if they're like, it'll say a lot if they're like, I don't really have much, like then they maybe really need this more than anyone. Like they need, like, if they're feeling kind of like downer, yeah, like those are the people you probably want to help the most. M, message. So that's when you share your message. Once you feel like you get to that place where it's all comfortable and it doesn't feel like, hey, like randomly, hey, do you want to do this? What's up, dude? It's more like, I don't know, they either open the door up for it, like they've asked you about what you're doing for work now, and you've had the opportunity to kind of explain, and then if they're interested, they'll be like, that sounds cool, like I want to hear more about that. Or you can say, hey, I think you would be great. So form, that's that method. But you can just think of it as a friend that you're reconnecting with or just trying to get to know. But you're always going to want to be listening. You'll hear be interested and not interesting. Just really listening to their story. It's easy to be like, oh, I did that, and then like relate to them. And sometimes that's good to bring up, struggles, like, like we'll talk about, like, start looking for solutions when you hear problems. That's a good time to bring in stories of like, well, yeah, I thought Shakeology was really expensive, but then, I thought I was spending a lot of money on Starbucks too when I broke it down, and it's about the same. So I just cut out my morning Starbucks and got something way more nutritious for me, like to replace it. And yeah, so that's kind of my solution with that. But that's your relating story. But usually, you're just gonna want to let them share, and let them, and then see the solution in their problem instead of being like, oh, they just don't have enough money, da da da. Well, then, like, like, I know that maybe this isn't the best time, but really, I think, do you know 2 to 3 people that might want to do this with you? Because that would pay for you to start coaching, pretty much pay you back, and we would get you started, and you could be making a little bit of money, and really starting to take care of yourself, or things like that. But seeing that solution instead of just hearing problems the whole time. And that's where personal development will help and get your mindset a little right, and not just thinking negative Nancy, like meh. Number 4, find out their needs and wants. So always, listening and asking questions about them. That's important. Number 5, simply ask, have you ever considered being a Beachbody coach? Like, once it gets to that place, and it varies, it could take, one day, a couple messages back and forth if it's someone that just wants the info, or someone you know very well. It could take a week, 2 months. It just depends. So just let it go at that pace of that person, and you'll have more success in building relationships. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I covered my list. I feel good about that. Hope you guys are having a great week. We're almost through this second week of training, and we're so grateful for you. We'd like to know, again, who has completed their power hour today and built those relationships, and how many new people you connected with, and how many people that you're starting to build from the last time we checked in with you with your power hour. So thanks for checking in with us, and we'll see you tomorrow.